All right, so we have a lot going on this week. What's the date? The 23rd?
Yes.
April 23rd. A lot of news. There's a lot of news. NBA playoffs are pretty deep right now in the first round. Mandalorian's finale. We have Zillow done with flipping houses. A lot of things with Super Mario. Finally got to see that movie. What'd you think about that, Danny? We just saw that yesterday.
I thought that movie was great. I know some of the critics didn't like it, but I know 8-year-old or 10-year-old me would have loved that movie. And from the looks of it, your kids and our other nephews, they loved the movie.
Well, yeah, I heard my nephew Bryce said it was the best movie he's ever seen. I mean, he's a kid. He's in the moment. He had a great time. Both my kids liked it. They thought it was great. As a parent, I mean, you're going to take your kids. So you're going to be paying for those tickets. I think it's done pretty well in the box office. But as far as the critics, they're saying 59% on the tomato meter. Is that right?
Yeah, that's correct from RottenTomatoes.com. But who are these critics, though? They're probably adults looking at a kid's movie through an adult's lens.
They shouldn't be. Yeah, you're right. They can't really critique because it's a kid's movie. It doesn't have too much adult humor. It's just a very nostalgic movie. Like, I kept looking at the background, like when he was in his bedroom, stuff like that. You could see like the old MLB Nintendo cartridge cover poster. Track and Field was on there. Duck Hunt was on there. It was kind of cool to see all that stuff. And it was entertaining. I mean, I liked it. I'm glad they had Donkey Kong in it, and the ending was good. And I could totally see Nintendo coming out with a bunch of different shows. I think the one I want to see is Link or Legend of Zelda, or Metroid. Metroid would be kind of cool, right?
All of those would be great options. And just last point on the Mario movie, it shows that the audience scored it 96%.
See, I mean, it did what it did. I mean, it made a lot of money. I think it's over almost close to 400 million worldwide. And a lot of people thought it was going to bomb. It didn't. I mean, compared to Toy Story, not Toy Story. What was the one with the space one? Tim Allen's character, but the guy from Avengers did it. Chris, what's Chris's name?
I don't know.
Yeah, we suck at actors' names. But it's one of the Chris's that did Toy Story, and that one did the Space Commando, Buzz Lightyear. It was the Buzz Lightyear show. That did bad. That didn't do good at all. So Nintendo's onto something. So I guarantee I think they're going to build on the success and move forward from there. Wouldn't you agree?
Is it Galaxy Quest?
No, that's a regular TV show. It was Buzz Lightyear. I think it was called Buzz Lightyear. And it was with...
I don't think Tim Allen...
No, Tim Allen didn't do it, but it was based off of Tim Allen's cartoon character from Toy Story. That one of the Chris that played Captain America... Chris Pine? No, Chris Pine's a different guy. Dude, we're not leaving this segment without knowing which Chris it was. Do Buzz Lightyear. Buzz Lightyear. There it is. Buzz Lightyear. Star Commandos. That's 2022. Beyond. No, that's not it either. That might be it. Hit that. Yeah, that's probably it. Look at that. Audience score 18. Not well. Oh, well. Move on. Not a big deal. We'll figure that out, which actor that is. What'd you do this week? You do anything out of the ordinary? Anything fun? Anything exciting?
I did an inspection for this home that I put an offer for, and it was accepted. The roof inspector basically said it's at the end of its life. So
he did?
Yeah. Oof. So that's another $12,000 plus labor and more, right?
Yeah.
Other things they might find. It was just an estimate.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at about $15,000. So in the negotiation table, probably going to ask them to bring it down because the roof is at.
I 100% would ask for that because if it's at the end of its life, that means within the year you're probably going to have to change it out. And a roof, my neighbor just paid close to $20,000 for a roof. So I'm telling you right now, it's going to cost you a pretty penny, especially with labor the way it is right now. It's pretty expensive, and I believe that's a 2-story house. So I don't know if they charge you more for that. But what's this that you're bringing up right here? Tell our audience.
This is that Zillow quits the home flipping business cites inability to forecast prices. We got sound from Fox. Thanks, Fox. Real estate firm Zillow is exiting from the home flipping business, saying Tuesday that its algorithmic model to buy and sell homes rapidly doesn't work as planned. The firm's termination of its tech-enabled home flipping business known as iBuying follows Zillow's announcement about 2 weeks ago that it was halting all new home purchases for the rest of the year. At this time, Zillow pointed to labor and supply shortages for its inability to renovate and flip houses fast enough.
Well, this is the same thing that Open Door is going through, right? Like they can't, like there's so many stories of them selling a house, let's just say for even numbers, a client, they want to sell their house. This was just a little bit over a year ago, $500,000. And they're like, okay, cool. You can move out in 3 months if you want. So they sell you, they buy the house for $500,000. This is a true story, right down the street from our parents' house. They sell the house for $500,000 or buy it for $500,000. They sit on it, they renovate it. Like I saw them physically, like have people there, doing the carpets, painting the rooms. They ended up selling the house because it sat on there for so long. They ended up selling the house for $419,000. That's after renovations. That's a big loss, but that's not the only loss Open Door does. There's countless issues just like that. It's just we had a little crash or big crash. We don't know yet how big or the effects of this housing bubble is going to be, but
well, they're still trying to figure out this business formula because I'm sure they did not account the rush when it stops going up and when it starts going down. What do you do when it starts going down?
Well, the formula worked for a little bit. It
worked when there's a rush.
They were making money.
When there's a rush, yeah, it works.
Yeah, when they saw housing skyrocket, and they sat on it for a little bit, did a couple things to the house, and then guess what? They posted it.
What do you do when it's 2013 through 2019, when housing is just settled? It's not this big competition thing. Like, what do you do with iBuying? How do you flip it for an additional 3%?
Right now, iBuying is pretty much done.
I mean,
unless you find a great deal, it can work. It's just you almost have to sit on the houses and like buy the house, renovate it, rent it out, and then sell it down the road. Wouldn't you think that would be more profitable?
Sure. Right now, I mean, like switch your formula and don't do the
instead of flipping.
Yeah, instead of flipping, if you're in the downtrend, rent it out until you're ready to sell it at a price that you're happy with, or the profits you gain from renting offsets what you could potentially lose in the sale.
Well, I think you're right. Like I'm reading this. There's like certain cities that do better than others. But on to your point, even if it's a flat market or down, or the market's going down, it would be better for those big corporations. And they're not the only corporation. There's a lot of corporations that do this. They buy it, renovate it, rent it, sit on it, sell it. That formula will work all day because you're not looking at it a quick flip because you're a big company. Now the one-offs, like, friends of ours and guys that are like, hey, I got extra cash in the bank. Let me put 20% down in this investment home. Let me renovate it. You're screwed. I have a couple friends that try to do that this year, and they're out money. How do you explain to the boss, your wife, that, hey, honey, we just lost $50,000 on this. I put $100,000 down, put another 50, 60 grand to renovate it. Now I'm going to sell it, but I'm selling it at a loss. Well, how do you sell that?
Well, so many people bought at the top, and now they're trying to sell it for a profit still. Like everything, home prices are going on a downward trend because rates went up. So what do you do when you bought at the highest? What do you do with that property? Do you dump it and just swallow your pride and take that loss, or try to rent it out?
You have to you have to sell it. Well, you have to sell it because there's a lot of guys that don't have the cash and they go and get a hard money loan. All right. I got two friends right now that have hard money loans that they got for these properties, thinking that they're going to make money. Now they're going to lose money, and they have to pay off that hard money loan.
So real quick, I love coming back to this Redfin data.
Pull it up.
So right now, in the month from March 20th through April 16th, last bit of data we got, median sale price was $434,000. Last year, in that time frame, was $477,000. So there is about $40,000 in loss. So if you bought it here and you're still holding on to that house, you will have to swallow that $40K loss.
If you're an investor, yes. But if it's your primary home, it's your only home, you're going to see it go back up
Because
down the road.
back to this data right here at the peak, right here in between the
May and June.
at the
22.
peak when it started going down. But if you bought in this area from July back to, let's just say the beginning of the year, you still want to try to figure out how can I profit out of this.
Well, you're always looking to profit. If you're an investor, you're always looking at how soon am I going to profit, because you see it going up. But then once you start seeing it go down at the end of June, you start to panic and worry, especially if you're in the renovation period, right? Where you can't sell it because you're still waiting for these guys to come in with their cabinets. You're still waiting for these guys to come in with the flooring. You're still waiting for them to put, countertops. And a lot of these contractors, they're not coming out right away. They have so many jobs right now, and then supply. There's not enough supply out there to get what you want and to get these jobs done quick enough. So you gotta eat quite a bit, because you're eating that interest of the house just sitting there, no one either renting or no one, not able to flip it.
Go ahead and keep talking because I want to pull up this house that I just saw. It's actually this one right here.
Are you gonna buy it, or is it just a house that you saw and got your attention?
I saw that they had an open house, so I just walked in to check it out. This is the neighborhood we grew up in.
Oh, it's right by the house, the parents' house. Yeah. It's on the same street.
Yes.
Oh,
yes,
wow.
it is.
Pull it up.
Yes,
Let's look at the pictures. Let's see if this 630,000. Wow. Okay.
I mean, I walked in it.
I like it though. I like the white brick. That's a good look right there. The
I
white
went
bricks.
Guess what was my first question to the agent there?
Are you high? Is that the first question you asked them? Like what?
No, I asked them about the roof. They don't know. So of course you have to get an inspection and figure that out.
Well, you tell them, hey, like I want to buy. I got screwed over by. Is that a casita?
So they got huge backyard. I'll admit that.
That's a nice backyard.
Huge backyard, and they have this additional room, no bathroom though.
So it'd be like a clubhouse kind of thing, but no,
Yeah,
but no bathroom
cave,
even.
No bathroom, so it's like a man cave basically.
Could be. You can do it as a bar.
Yeah, it could be a
little
bar,
getaway.
or something.
Because the pool is right there. A lot of rocks. Okay, the flooring looks good. Was it tile or wood? That looks nice.
It was tile, but it was very hollow because I did the knocking around.
Ooh, so it's
very hollow in a lot of spots.
So they didn't do a good job. They did not do a good job.
So you drop something, that tile is going to crack.
Not just crack. Oh, dude, you got to redo it. We had that real quick. We had our tile done twice. Our contractor did the same thing. It was super hollow on like half the tiles. We made them come out and redo the whole house.
So I think this is an important segment to tell people who are house shopping, especially first-time home buyers, what they need to look for. Because I'm learning too.
Yeah.
I just found out. Ask about the roof. When was the last time they did maintenance or they redid the roof, or if it's still the same roof from when it was built. So if you're looking at 20 years, that's going to be like 15 plus grand.
Oh yeah. AC is another one.
AC is a big one because it has a lifespan about has a lifespan about what, 20 years.
Yeah.
So if that has to go too, that's another 15 grand ish in that ballpark area. Water heater, not that expensive, $1,000 if you do it yourself.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
Check the date on that when you're out house shopping.
If you have home warranty, they'll help you on the water heater.
Bring a flashlight. Bring a flashlight and look at every nick and cranny in there, and just look at the walls. See if they ripped it at one point in time. They try to paint over it, because there could be something going on with that foundation.
Yeah.
Go ahead and knock around the tiles.
Oh yeah.
See if it's
That's
hollow.
a big deal, because if it's hollow, like you said, you not even drop something. If your kids step on it hard on purpose or something, or jump, that could crack.
But tile is still functioning. So you can't really negotiate that part. I mean, I'd be like, okay, well then I'll walk away.
Yeah, they just don't buy it. If they don't give you what you want, you're gonna have to walk, because if you replace that, it's expensive, And then if you can't find that tile, because they do change a little bit, you're out a lot. So it's like that's not bad. I would definitely do a bar.
It's not terrible, but is it 630,000?
In our neighborhood, I don't think so. I think 500.
This might give you a better idea. Let's look.
It's nice though.
Was.
If I won the lottery, I'd buy it.
So, Look at the prices. So back in 81, this house was
90
$90,000.
grand, yeah, that's
95, $122,000. Right. You scroll up. 2 years ago,
530.
$530. Or it was listed for $530. Someone bought it at $587.
So
right?
the guy bought it 587 and renovated it, and he's trying to get
He's
630.
trying to renovate. At this time in 2023, when the rates are up and home prices are going down everywhere,
Yeah, it's the
really?
rates. Yeah, the rates are going to kill you as far as finding a buyer. You know, if rates were 2.5%, 3%
Oh, sure, he'd
all
probably
day.
get away. He'd probably get away with
you
it.
can get away with that price. But right now, oh man, this, and look at the timeline too. So this guy bought in 21, renovated it. Well, he's lived there a while. It's not like he's flipping. He's been there almost 2 years.
I don't know. 2 years, you don't think that's flipping? If you're one of those types who lives in the house, renovate it, and then try to get out?
Yeah, he's probably flipping it. My neighbor did that. You're right. He lived in his house for 2 years, and he does that every 2 years. Every year or two, he does that. Gets in the house, changes it a little bit, sells it for more. Thinks he's a genius. Whatever. But you know, there's people like that. I think flipping houses is the greatest idea. There's you win some, you lose some. You know, no one's ever going to be 100% on that. But
I think that one might be a loss. When I was in there, I overheard them saying that they have 2 offers already. So, okay, either one, why didn't you accept them? Maybe they're lowball offers.
yeah.
Or if they did, then why is there an open house?
Well, because you already have the open house, and what you want to do is see how many more offers you'll get.
Okay.
If you already have the open house scheduled, you're going to finish it. Yeah, you have 2 offers, but you want more.
Hoping
If you're
for
the
a bidding
realtor,
war?
you want more. You're
Trying-
hoping for more.
Hoping
Because
for
you
more.
have 2, so you're gonna combat those 2 against each other. You're gonna say this guy's offering this, or a lot of times they don't even tell you.
No, they don't.
Which I hate.
Some of these homes I've been looking at have been on the market for 200 plus days, and I put an offer, and coincidentally, there's another offer.
Yeah, I call BS.
They don't tell you what the other person offered, so we're asking each person what their absolute highest will be.
And I say, I'm out.
I was advised this: tell them I will do an escalating counter, $500 above the other person's offer, to a maximum of another $20,000.
Okay. So so at that point, you know, if it gets accepted, they're gonna max it out. They're not gonna be like, oh, this other guy's only $1,000 more, but this guy will give us an additional $19,000. Let's just tell them that it's gonna cost them that additional $19,000, because realtors make money off of commission, so they're gonna boost it up.
So, and they won't disclose what the
No,
other
they won't
person.
disclose. They don't have to. A bunch of jerks.
No. Like,
No, I don't want to say that in a mean way. I have some friends that are realtors. They're awesome. But there's some scumbag realtors I've had out there, and you know who you are. One of them watches my page, so I know you're looking at my stuff. Like,
there are good realtors out there who are happy that you get the house that you want. The commission will follow. They're happy with that. It's just they're satisfied that you get the house that you want. It's good customer service, because some people are just trying to sell you whatever they can, and they're just happy to run off with whatever commission. Like, yeah, you should get the house. It's fine. Oh, new roof, no problem. Oh, this, no problem.
correct.
But I'm happy that my realtor is pointing out, yes, we'll get the general inspection, but we'll specifically get 2 more inspections on top of that: HVAC and roof. I'm really happy that my realtor suggested that.
No, you have to. You know what's good, though? A year and a half ago, you couldn't even get that. They would sell you the house without that.
Well, people would waive
Yeah,
inspections.
they waived the inspections. That's how the market was a year and a half ago. They waived the inspections and say,
So-
buy as is.
I'm telling you, 5+ years from now, if this does crash, we're going to looking back at this saying people waived inspections, people got themselves in bidding wars, they really wanted that house, then they went underwater right away.
Yep.
It's just ridiculous.
Well, I remember a year and a half ago, a little bit over, about a year and a half ago, open houses we had in our neighborhood, there was a ton of cars. We thought there were parties. And then we'd see them go into the open house, and people would wait outside the open house because you had a certain time that you were able to go in. It was insane. And then, they're accepting offers in 24 hours, and you're like, whoa, the realtors really had to say, do you really like this house? You got to do an offer tonight. What are you going to do? So, but that's how hot the market is. And the market's still hot. You got Intel right here. You got all these warehouses opening up and fabrications and stuff. So Arizona's still a hot market. So, and it's still a good place to
Arizona
live.
is still a very hot market. And it makes me pause because I've heard Warren Buffett say, when people are getting greedy, you should be in fear. And when people are in fear, that's when you should be greedy.
Yeah, when there's blood in the streets.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So right now, people are super greedy in the housing market.
Stay away.
Stay away.
That's exactly it. Stay away. You always buy when it's going down because you know it's going to go back up.
It's still going downward. We just don't know when it's going to hit the bottom.
We won't. Plain and simple. No one has a crystal ball. Everyone's going to tell you, oh, no, this is the bottom. And then give it a month and be like, I thought you said it was the bottom. I see all these guys in real estate say, oh, and I follow them on social media. Oh, this is the bottom. You're never going to buy it at a better time. And then guess what? The house goes down by $40,000. See, but they have to tell you that because they need, they work off a commission. They're not getting a salary. So,
I mean, is it better to look at the housing market per quarter or per month?
Depends. If you're an investor, I would do it probably weekly. Like, pick a day, say Friday, look at it. If you're buying a primary, you're looking at it daily. You're looking at it almost hourly. I have people, when I was helping people, the wives were at home or the dad was at home, and he would look at Redfin and Zillow and give me a call, give me a text like, hey, I saw this house just came up on the market. What do you think? Well, let's take a look at it. So it all depends. It's two different people. Investors, they have the money and they have the time and patience to wait. Primary, homeowners don't. They have to move. Their lease is up at the end of the month. They have to find something now. So they don't have patience and they don't have the opportunity to pick and choose. Sort of say, as an investor, they can sit back and, I like this house, but I don't love it, so let's just pass, because they have the money in the bank. Someone else in the industry, like right now, trying to buy their first-time home buyers that have been renting forever, the excitement is there and they want to buy a house. They're going to bug you 24/7 because they see a house, they think they can get it, and you tell them, oh yeah, that's a possibility. They start dreaming it in their head. They start putting it like, oh, here's the kids' room, this is what school they're going to go to. I saw at Target this cool, bedroom set, blah, blah, blah. It becomes real when that happens. So I think it's two different people that you're talking to.
Yeah, absolutely. Because the last 2 quarters in the housing market has been a downward trend in prices, and it's because of interest rates, right?
It's the rates control the world. So
very well said. Rates, we're looking at another 0.25% increase coming up in May.
Won't be 25. I'm predicting 75 right now.
Very bold
statement.
Oh,
they're not even getting the lube out. They're going to screw us so hard.
I mean, at this point, we have banks struggling, and that's just by 0.25%
correct
increase in interest rates, or 25
you get 75. Points. They're knocking out those small banks, so the big banks can scoop them up. Monopoly.
75 basis points is a very hard-hitting punch to the gut.
It's going to hurt. 75 is going to hurt, and people are going to feel that. A quarter, everyone celebrates. Oh, it's only a quarter because they already told us it's going to go up. I just foresee something worse, and we'll go from there. We'll talk about it next month, and if I was right or wrong. And
I'm saying 25.
That's why I don't play lottery. Yeah, you say 20. I say 75.
75 and done for the rest of the year?
No, we're not done. 75 to cut us, and then they'll slowly bleed us again rest of the year. 2024 is when we're going to start to see, sunshines and rainbows. Right now, we're getting beat up, man. I feel like, what is it, Apollo and Rocky IV right now? Drago's just beating you up. And Uncle Sam, Rocky, is not throwing in the towel.
So I'm going to pull up this projected annual inflation rate. So 2022 is really high, up to 8% for that year on average. Of course, each quarter was different, each month is different. But the downward trend for this year is supposed to be going down to 4.25. Let's see how that looks at the end of the year.
Yeah.
And then everything's supposed to be getting cozy at 2024.
They want us to get in the twos by 2024. That's
year over year, right?
We'll see.
That means what inflation is today, where it was at last year.
People don't even know how bad it gets to be able to do that, though. Mm-hmm. And you'll see.
And what's important is that this is disinflation, not deflation. Disinflation is just prices are still going to keep going up, but only at a rate of 2%,
is
not where
crazy
we're
to
at
me.
right now. Deflation is, of course, bringing down everything, including the prices. They don't want to bring deflation, have everything. But this past average from like these averages, I'm just
Look
back
where we
to
were.
last,
Look at 2010, 1.25. Look at 2015, 0.12. My gosh, what happened?
yeah. I mean here before the pandemic, right? Back to 2010, on average, you'd say inflation was at 2%.
good. Yeah, we're
But
good.
if you're looking from now in the past, let's say 5 years, inflation wasn't on average 2%. That's way higher. That's at least 4 or 5%.
Yeah, the pandemic really screwed everyone, but it really hurts us right here. And
Like we shouldn't go back to coasting at 2% year over year. We have to make up the inflation that's gone up the past 2 years
yeah,
and have an average of 2% of the last 10 years. Not, oh, we're at the 2% year over year. Because we're still going to be feeling that increase from the last 2 years to come.
yeah.
So wages is going to lag behind.
Wages lag stuck right now. So
Prices of goods and services are going to lag behind because of that too. Everything's still going to be expensive. Food's going to be expensive. Electricity is going to be expensive.
well, electricity's gonna go up. Watch. Everyone has no idea how expensive electricity is gonna start to get.
And especially in this day and age with the national debt being so high, what do you do at this point? Just the monetary supply is greatly inflated, and you have to bring that back in. So all you can do is just keep rates high for a long time.
And I think it will be high for quite a bit. So we're in trouble no matter what. So what else we got?
So how about we talk about, since we're all doom and gloom, should we talk about struggling companies?
Yeah.
Okay, so this
Who's struggling this week?
So right now it's struggling Bed Bath & Beyond files for bankruptcy protection.
Again.
Following years of dismal sales losses and numerous failed turnaround plans, Bed & Bath Beyond has filed for bankruptcy protection. Remember, this was once a meme stock.
Was it really?
Yes, it was. Towards the end of the whole rampage of memes, because it was like GameStop, then it was AMC, and then I think there were some others, but Bed & Bath Beyond was like the last one I knew of.
I did remember AMC was one. GameStop was the biggest one. A lot of people made money on that. I wish I was a video gamer. I would have made some money. But as far as, I feel like we've been here before with the bankruptcies and companies filing for bankrupt, but they don't go through bankrupt, right? JCPenney is a big one. That they're always filing. You always hear that they're filing and then they're still around, or they close a couple stores and they're still there. I know the only reason I know is I see in the news and I still see my mom going down there and check the one off Gilbert over here she goes to all the time. So I know they're still around.
So basically, they're just going to be restructuring because, again, like anything else, there was an influx, and now you have to restructure because rates are going back up, trying to find stability again because things were just too hot.
And their rent's probably high too. Think about it. If they don't own that shopping center, they're paying a lot of money for that. That's a lot of space that Bed and Bath occupies, right? They're a big place. So,
Would you say that you've been at the mall this year as much as you have on average 10 years ago?
no,
Why is that?
because Amazon, you can buy everything online now. I miss going to the mall because I'd rather go there and try on clothes. But you don't go to the mall anymore because the quality of stores aren't there anymore.
Okay.
The quality of merchandise isn't there either.
I was just going to ask you, why don't you go to the mall now?
Because you go to like Macy's at Chandler Mall and they have like limited either sizes or inventory or a certain brand that you like, and they only have like 5 different shirts, styles, and it's just pitiful. It's super pitiful. Like I like Ralph Lauren, and I go to the Macy's store there, and they don't have anything nice. They have a couple overpriced shirts that are all XL or double XL, and the variety sucks. And then customer service is down in the freaking toilet with these places, man.
A lot of these low-wage jobs, the customer service is so low because I think truly it's the cost of living.
And they hate their lives. They can't afford anything. They're there for 8 hours at least, and they're probably going, dude, I wish I could have this, that, and it's either can I eat in the food court or do I have to bring a sandwich every day? You know, that's just being honest. And those employees aren't making that much money. But not just that, with customer service, like you go in, you're looking like, is there anyone in this department? You know, it's to ask a question like, hey, do you have this in a certain size? Do you have anything in the back? And there's nothing like that. Macy's I'll be honest, is bad with customer service. But another place I went, and I'll just throw them under the bus. Like I went to Finish Line this last week to buy some shoes. Not one person said, hey, what's up? Not one person said, hey, can I help you? They're just behind the counter, just BSing and having a good time. And, you know, granted, I went, you know, during lunchtime. The mall was pretty much dead. But these guys, instead of trying to help people or want to help people, they were just hanging out. You know, so it's not just that they don't want to work, they're not working, right? So
let me ask you this, with some of these jobs at the mall, is it that people don't want to work at them because they don't like the pay, or are people lazy?
I think the generations, people are lazy now. I used to love working in the mall. I worked at Fiesta Mall back in the day when it was before Chandler Mall was open. And it was popping. Every Saturday, Sunday, it was packed. It was packed. And it was fun working at the mall. It was like a fun job. You met so many cool people from like all these stores around you. You got to hang, you know, talk to this and that. But, you know, and then when you were a kid, you used to go to the mall on the weekends just to hang out and like see, you know, different kids from different schools. Like we go meet different girls from different, you know, junior highs or high schools. Now it's like you don't even do that because with social media, you just meet people online now. It's crazy.
That's true. Social media, they changed the social life and going out now. But I truly believe that a lot of people don't like to pay. Yes, I do believe there's people who are lazy, and there are people who just don't like the job, period. But people still have to do those jobs no matter what. And those jobs are just easy to get because they're so low paying that what are you going to do? Fire the guy? You're just going to get another guy too who's going to have the same poor attitude, same work ethic, because he's not getting paid enough money, and that pay is not going to pay the bills. And chances are that person's just there just to get by until he finds a better job.
Well, you can't really, in this day and age, you can't really fire people because you don't have anyone on deck. You don't have anyone ready to take that job. Then you have to train someone. And who's to say someone's going to apply for that job if you put a now hiring sign? It's really hard. Those jobs are meant to be for like college students, you know, or...
Who's to say that it's meant to be for college students? I hear this argument a lot that like working at McDonald's or other low-paying jobs, that it's meant for kids. What about when school's in session? Who's working that?
College kids. Some college kids
kids.
Or kids that are trying to figure out, do I want to go to school? Do I want to save up and then go to school? But then there's also people that, you know, can't get another job, so they go and work at McDonald's. But I hear their managers do pretty well. I mean, it's kind of crazy. Like a lot of the McDonald's I've been to lately, and not to sound rude or anything, it's all these like Mexicans working them. Like the one we went to after the soccer game yesterday. It was like 4 older Hispanic ladies, you know, and they're speaking in Spanish, so I can understand what they're saying. They're just fucking around, you know, having a good time. They seem like they're happy, you know, and I caught on to one other conversation. It sounded like they were gossiping about something, which is funny, but...
those teenagers, most of them, don't apply for those jobs anymore. Why is that?
They're embarrassed.
Why is it immigrants taking those jobs? So they're embarrassed? So our teenagers are entitled?
Oh, 100%. They're embarrassed that their friends are going to come and see that they're working. Like, my son's excited. He heard that they're hiring at 14. He's like, Dad, I want to get a job right at 14.
14? No way.
Yeah, I saw a thing in McDonald's. It was going to hire at 14. I saw Chick-fil-A had something at 14.
How can you? I thought the law was 16.
16. I think I don't know, they can't find anyone to work.
Unless it's immigrants. I'll tell you this, though. The only way they're going to get people to apply for those jobs, and this is the problem with inflation, is that we have to go into a recession when jobs are limited and people say, I need a job. I'll take whatever. When people get to that breaking point. Because we are looking at the doorsteps of recession. people are getting laid off left and right. And last recession, the Great Recession, people were willing to take whatever job. It was really hard to just get a low-paying job to begin with.
Just to survive, yeah.
So now, with the recession coming up, if there is one, I don't know if there is or not.
We don't know. Yeah, we don't know.
Now, I mean, people are saying that it's supposed to be a soft landing. Now it's going to be like, yeah, there's going to be a recession,
Who's
but
saying
a mild
soft landing?
recession.
Who's saying soft landing?
Corporate media.
Yeah. The
And-
liars. The liars.
I mean, a lot of these financial experts are saying soft landing. And now that transition
Yeah, they're liars. Go on.
to mild recession.
Yeah.
So who's to say that this mild recession in the future is going to turn into a very difficult recession in the
mild
future?
recession for them, right? Who's to say your level of recession is going to be different than mine? So if you're a millionaire or a billionaire and it's mild recession for you, then it's going to hurt me. And it hurt a lot of people. A lot. It's going to be massive. It's not mild. Kind of salsa are you having? No, it's going to be in fuego.
No, it's a difficult thing. I mean, this is with the high inflation that we have right now. So many jobs open, increased monetary supply.
Yeah.
Then people are going to be looking for the best job possible because a lot of these jobs opened up, but now they're retracting, starting with tech. Because tech had a lot of projects open up, and now with increase in rates, like, hey, we have to cut these projects. We can't have them anymore.
They're
and
shrinking,
unfortunately, these people who we hired for this project, they got to go, and that's why we lost a lot of tech jobs.
Yep. No, good point. What else you got?
Let's see. Do you want to talk about this or this?
Let's talk about that.
This year?
Yeah, is that true? Is that what's going on?
All right, so what I'm looking
Pull it
at,
up so everyone knows what we're talking about. What? Bud Light again? Yeah, again. It's in the media. They keep talking about it. Let's talk about Bud Light.
So, Bud Light marketing executive reportedly takes leave after boycott calls. So,
Yeah, they lost a lot of money and a lot of people were mad. Again, I don't care. I don't drink Bud Light. I drink it like I had no. I don't know. It didn't change my stance at all. Did it for you? Like I cook my brats with Bud Light.
yeah.
That's about it. And I have maybe a Bud Light. No, I'm lying. I'm just totally lying. I'm not going to go down that road. I don't drink Bud Light at all.
No, I mean, I don't care. I mean, I'll drink a Bud Light if it's available, whatever. I'm not a
But-
big drinker. But the vice president of marketing will be replaced by someone else.
Oh, she's getting replaced. By who?
Some dude named Tom Allen, unless you know who that is.
Tom Allen?
Yeah.
I don't know who that is, but that's a strong name, Tom Allen. You know,
So,
Thomas Allen.
Most recently, global vice president of Budweiser. According
Well,
to
good for him.
reports.
So they replaced her. And yeah, so she failed. So and I heard that she did it without people knowing too. I don't know if that's a rumor, and we're just spreading it that because we read it on Twitter or whatever that a lot of chairmen for Bud Light were not on board with that, and it came out of nowhere. They said, and when it came out, they're like, "What is this? Like, we didn't see anyone talk to us about it or foreshadow like, hey, what do you think of this?" She just pushed that narrative out there.
So, this being on the news and trending, before this, I didn't know who Dylan Mulvaney was.
Neither did I. I didn't care either. I still don't care. It doesn't. The thing is, it doesn't affect my life, but I get it. I talk to a lot of people, at the gym, supermarket, coffee shop, at the bar, and parties, and some people are offended. Some women don't like it because it's taken. The feminists should be supposedly saying this isn't right. But I don't care. Again, like it doesn't affect me, but it's in the family, right?
But I'm sure Dylan Mulvaney has a much bigger audience now, bigger following, and probably be so rich now.
100%. So, and just loaded. She did Nike too. I say she, he, she, whatever Dylan wants to be taught. You would think Dylan would change her name, right?
Is Dylan
Mulvaney?
a boy name? I think it would be a girl's name too.
Dylan can be a girl's name. You're right. So maybe he didn't have to change her name. But it's one of those things where, just live and let go. Is it going to harm you? Is it going to hurt you? Is it going to affect you the way you raise your kids? Every parent's entitled to raise their kids how they want to raise them, right? So To me, it's just a mood point. You know, like I said, we have family members in that same situation. We don't love them any less. If anything, I try to understand them a little more and have conversations like, oh, cool, so why you feel this way? I just want to know. We're family. I can ask you that. I'm not judging you at all. I just want a better understanding of what your journey is. And I'm here if you need anything, talk about it. Ooh, okay. Switching because you're moving back and forth on stuff. Tell me what you're looking at right now.
So, speaking of cancel culture, Netflix is getting sued for portraying Cleopatra as black. Now the film director speaks out. Cleopatra is a historical figure. Yada, yada, yada. It's a lawyer in Egypt is suing Netflix for this because...
A lawyer in Egypt? Mm-hmm. Oh, I like where this is going. This is real drama.
So Egyptians are pissed, apparently.
Oh, wow. And they have every right because they're Egyptians. So you should be listening to them.
Yeah, I mean, it's a different set of people. I mean...
Wow. Okay, I'm reading what you saw. So... And we don't, history knows, like Egyptians would know if she was black or not, and obviously she wasn't, according to history. I don't see a problem. I just saw the trailer for Little Mermaid for the first time.
Well, okay, that's two different things because I believe you and I had a discussion on this. If it's an actual historical figure, don't change the race. But if it's a fictional character like the Little Mermaid, go have at it. Change the race, hair color, all of that. It doesn't matter.
Exactly.
It's not a real historical character.
Then your point to Cleopatra, you think you're on the Egyptian side saying, hey, it's a history. It's historical. Like, you should not change. Kind of like, yeah, you're right. I see where you're coming from. Mm-hmm. And the Egyptians should be mad.
Should we have a movie with George Washington depicted by, I don't know, a Samoan dude? Or just... Is it historically accurate?
But if it's a movie, I wouldn't care. If it's like entertainment and they say the reason they did it. But you're right. Cleopatra, let's stick with Cleopatra here because Cleopatra is famous, right? So the whole thing with Caesar, the real
actual
Cleopatra.
Historical.
And she was not black or African American. She was Egyptian. Middle Eastern color, dark skin. I don't care if they portray her as black, but I get it that the Egyptians are mad, and they want to be mad, they can be mad.
Middle Easterns can have green eyes and very white skin too.
Yes, but they're not black.
Yeah, but they're definitely not black.
They're definitely not black, so that's probably why they're mad.
I mean, yeah, it's like, hey, this is our historical character. Don't be messing with it. Netflix.
Oh, they're claiming Cleopatra, and so they don't want Netflix to screw it up, but I don't... If it's entertaining, I don't know. I'm on a point where, like, I get it, but, like, let's just a show. It's just a show.
Like,
history knows she wasn't black. Mm-hmm. But if they want to put a black actress, I don't care.
Like me personally, yeah, of course, I don't care.
I don't care, but I'm not Egyptian, so that's not my fight, right? Mm-hmm. It's not my fight. Like, if they did Cesar Chavez and he was Chinese, we'd be like, Cesar Chavez isn't Chinese. Mm-hmm. I get it. It's a historical figure, and that's one of theirs, Cleopatra. So I get it.
Antonio Banderas portrayed Pancho Villa. Antonio Banderas is a Spaniard. So, well, I mean, Hispanic.
Hispanic. It's not too far off. I mean, I know it's European Spanish,
I take that back then.
Yeah, I don't know where you were going at with that, but I was like, okay.
No, then...
I thought you were talking about, Banderas played in 13th Warrior or something like that. What, that movie where he was Middle Eastern or something. And I'm like, okay, yeah, is this where we're going? And then you said Pancho Villa. I'm like, nope, that's too close. So, yeah.
Well, okay, 13th Warrior.
13th Warrior, that's what.
Should Middle Easterns be mad?
Should have been me. So, they can now because there's enough actors you can find. But back then in Hollywood, there wasn't, right?
Hey, I'll tell you what. I've had multiple Persians approach me speaking to me in their dialect. And they were like, "Oh, I thought you were Persian."
I'm not. Because you're adopted, so yeah, I could see that. You're totally Persian. You and Melissa were adopted. Mom was done having kids. Just kidding. But no, Persian. That's interesting.
No, I get Persian, Greek, and Italian a lot.
I get Greek every once in a while. Mm-hmm. It was just cool. And I get Italian as well. That's crazy that you had. I've never had Persian. I had actually when I hang out with Joey. I can get away with being like Middle Eastern. Like I'd have to try. I'd change my name. Like we used to go out to the clubs and I'd say my name was Salim or something like that when we meet girls. Oh, you're Middle Eastern? Yeah. Just joking around. But nah, that's just me being an idiot in my younger years.
That's young and dumb days though.
I'm still dumb, but anyways, it works out. But yep. We're talking about the Egyptians. Blah blah. Before we get off of this subject, John Leguizamo. You know how he gets mad about Chris Pratt playing Mario?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Dude, you're playing an Italian guy too. Like, how's it any different than when you played Luigi? He played Luigi in 1990, right?
Yeah.
So he's Puerto Rican. You're acting like you're Italian. You're not really Italian. So it's the same thing. Like Chris Pratt's white, yeah, so white. It's also a cartoon. Yeah. I'd have your back on that one if it was live action, but it's not live action.
If Mario was a historical figure.
Oh yeah, we're going back to the historical thing. Yeah, right. Mario's not, but he's Italian. They said he was Italian. Mm-hmm. So I loved the Mario movie. I thought it was cute. I thought it was great. So
hold on, my girlfriend is calling me.
Oh my God, you referenced.
We're in the middle of a podcast. Should I answer and be like, no?
No. Just text her back. Hey, babe. In a podcast. She's probably out on a date with some dude. She just wants to tell you she's gonna be home late. Just kidding, Kristen. Anyways, so then we were switching to what, NBA?
Let's see here. So yeah, we can go to NBA. Let me pull.
Go to the brackets, see what's going on, and see if we're still right on these.
Let me increase this so the audience can see.
Yeah, I can see it. You guys can see it. Let's start with the West, the best West. Kristen's a Suns fan.
So we'll start at the very top left corner there for the Western Conference. Nuggets and Timberwolves. Is it looking like a sweep?
Oh, it's a sweep, definitely. Minnesota, I told you before, has no business in the NBA playoffs.
Mm-hmm. This is, right now being Sunday, we are recording this right before that game. Yeah, I'd say the Nuggets are going to win. It's going to be a sweep.
What's next? Oh, the Suns.
And the Clippers.
So I thought it was going to be 5 or 6 games, and it looks like it will be. They're coming home Tuesday. Probably no Kawhi again. No PG throughout the whole process here. So, hopefully they wrap it up Tuesday, so they have a couple-day break. So they're going to face Denver after this. That's super tough. And let's be honest. If they play Denver and they lose, do you see this year as a failure?
If the Suns lost at full strength, yes. Because I was worried that in the playoffs about their health, if all the players can stay healthy, this next round, someone can get hurt. Chris Paul's injury prone, Kevin Durant's injury prone, Booker not so much, but it can happen. He did miss a month. Right now, they don't have Cameron Payne.
Ooh, that's not good. He's
been out since playing the Clippers, though.
Yeah, we don't need him for the Clippers. We need him for Denver, for sure.
Absolutely.
Chris Paul needs to shoot, too, during Denver. Like, he needs to get rejuvenated somehow. I don't know how that's going to be, but he needs – because we need him, NDA, to wake up and be like, hey, this can't be just Booker and Durant because teams are going to play to that style. And if they're not scared of you two, then we're in trouble. Plain and simple.
Mm-hmm. So basically, Booker and Kevin Durant need to stay healthy throughout.
So we're on the same page. That's going to be over Tuesday?
Yeah. Suns at home.
All right.
All right, next. Kings and Warriors.
Warriors are going to win, man. They tied it up. They got momentum. I think they're going to pass up the Kings.
I'm still sticking with the Kings on that one. I remember we differ on that.
Okay.
But the next one we do agree with. Grizzlies and Lakers.
Lakers.
Yes. Lakers.
Because of Dylan Brooks. If you don't know what Dylan Brooks is, look him up. He poked the bear, was calling LeBron old, and man, I think he was just trying to get people to, talk about him because he's not good compared to LeBron. You can't be these young guys that think they can call out, the veterans like that, especially LeBron James, who's arguably the best player in the NBA. Mm-hmm. It's always everyone's going to give Jordan the one up on him, and it could be, but LeBron, I think it's LeBron, Kobe, and Jordan. It's like right there in that little bubble because LeBron's to me, he's a stud, you know. And they're saying, oh, he hasn't won that many rings, this, and that. But you know what? He's been playing at this level, high level, all these years. And yeah, maybe he flops, maybe he cries about plays, but he's competitive as hell. You know, he's playing a lot stronger here in the playoffs. You know, 82 games, he probably doesn't care. He's been playing in the league so long that 82 games is just not fun anymore. He doesn't find it. He has other things to worry about than just basketball now. He's doing all his business ventures, this, and that, worrying about his son. So he has a full plate. I'm sure going to an 82-game season, he doesn't care. He just wants to get to the playoffs. Now that he's in the playoffs, now he's playing. So I think the Lakers can get far. I think that next round when they play the Warriors is going to be good. I think it's going to be a great series. You think the Kings are going to get there. If the Kings get there, Lakers beat the Kings. That's done deal.
Ooh.
If it's Lakers Warriors, I think that's going to go 7.
I do see both of that. I really do. Has there, because this play-in tournament this is a second year for it.
I hate the play-in tournament.
We'll talk about that later. But has anyone from the play-in tournament advanced? I don't remember from last year. I would have to double check that. So or someone in the comments can say that.
I think someone's going to correct us like they always do, which I love. Yeah.
I appreciate it, though. I do appreciate it.
Yeah, because this isn't scripted, so we're doing everything on the fly.
We don't have anyone in the back scenes.
Yeah, telling us, hey, you're wrong, or
us,
flipping us off or anything like that. No, we don't. But we just do this. It's scripted, so it's not scripted.
It'd be a pretty big, well-known upset if the Lakers beat the Grizzlies.
Not that big of an upset, but it'll be an upset, but it's not like
it's considered an upset, but not as impactful, right?
If the Timberwolves beat the Nuggets, that's an upset. Mm-hmm. All right, let's go to the East.
Eastern Bucks and Heat.
Oh,
Miami
speaking of upsets,
up. You and I.
Why did I not pay attention to this series?
Oh yeah.
Miami, dude, I love Jimmy buckets too. I want to see Miami beat Milwaukee. If they're up 2-1, that's amazing. That's awesome. There's your upset right there. That's a big upset to me.
Way bigger than what I predicted with the Celtics and Hawks for sure. I'm as of right now.
It's at right now.
It's going to change next week when we're back doing this. But if the Heat beat the Bucks, man, that is big.
Because the Heat can beat the Cavs and the Knicks. Ooh, that's going to be good.
All right, let's go on because we thought the Bucks would go all the way to the finals.
I thought they were finals versus the Suns. Mm-hmm. That was my call. I already lost first round if that happens.
Yep. All right, let's go. Cavs and Knicks. I said Knicks. Did you say Knicks or Cavs?
I want the Cavs. I could see the Knicks. I can't remember who I said because I can't remember what I did yesterday.
I believe it was Cavs.
I did pick Cavs? Okay. Well, I'll stick to the Cavs just for the hell of it. And it's 3-1 Knicks. Forget it. I picked the Knicks. Yeah, I picked the Knicks. I think I did pick New York. So yeah, I did. No, I did pick the Cavs probably. Now I think about it. Fudge, man. Knicks are gonna win that 3-1. Good for them. All right, Sixers won. So
they swept the Nets.
We both didn't see a sweep, huh? I didn't see a sweep.
I don't think we predicted a sweep.
But we did say 76ers because they're better. Well, they just beat up on our boy Brooklyn Bridges. So.
Well, the Nets, since February, they had 4 new starters, and to be that head coach, they're trying to figure out a formula that works for everyone. That's hard.
Too hard. They're built for the future with all those draft picks that they're going to have and players. Good for them. Now we get to what you thought, the Hawks over Celtics. You picked that? No. Why?
That is my upset of the series.
No, Boston's too strong, man. If the Bucks lose to the Heat, the Celtics are going to the finals.
Oh, sure.
Write it down.
Hey, there's still time for the Hawks. Yeah, they lost the last game. I get it. It could be a back and forth situation, but I don't know. I mean, I'd be totally wrong, 100% easily. I mean, it is the Celtics. Celtics are a really good team, and I'm saying the Hawks can pull off an upset. And I do believe a little bit. But I'm still sticking with the Hawks. But, yeah, I'll just leave it there. Yeah. Hawks.
All right. So that's our predictions, and then we'll talk about next round when we get there.
Yeah, we did that last week, so we already screwed it up.
Let's stay on sports for one real quick. I don't. You probably don't have it up because we didn't talk about it too much. The Oakland A's looks like they're moving to Las Vegas, and they're going to be moving just right across the freeway from where the ice hockey rink is, right behind New York, New York. I foresaw this years ago. The first time I heard that the Oakland Raiders were leaving for Vegas, I said the A's will follow, and that's what's happening. I mean. And I think this is all by design. This is my conspiracy theory. Luke's baseball conspiracy theory. I think the owners, their payroll is so low in Oakland. They have just garbage players. And I hate to say that because they're MLB players. The stadium sucks. They don't, Oakland didn't want to pony up for a stadium, which, you don't have to. But if you should have kept them. If I'm Oakland, I'm like, we lost the Raiders. We lost the Warriors to across the pond there to San Francisco. Let's figure out how to keep the A's in Oakland so we don't lose all three major teams. It's too late. They're gone.
Are they gonna share the same field rather?
No, they're getting a new stadium.
Yeah.
And they're getting a new stadium in Vegas. It's going to be lights out, and then I think that's when their ownership will spend money. And right now, it's slated for 2027. I know it's far out, but it takes a couple years to build a high-end baseball stadium.
Yeah, beginning 2027.
Yep, there it is, 2027. Told you, and it's not going to be that big. It's only going to be 30 to 35,000. I want to say Diamondbacks is 45. So it's smart to do it smaller, so you can sell out more and charge more for tickets. Because think about it. I mean, Vegas is a destination place already. Those games are going to be sold out. I mean, just for football, like think about it. You get the guys together and you're like, oh, our team's going to be in Vegas. Let's go to Vegas. You get a room, and the same thing's going to happen for baseball.
Yeah, I mean, Vegas is a huge tourist industry. So, hey, they got a team here. Let's go watch them. Might as well. I hear they're playing tomorrow. Let's get some tickets. Get drunk. They'll probably have slot machines at the stadiums too.
Just like the football stadium. Yeah. Oh, you can gamble at those stadiums. They probably have they will. They'll have something like that. They do the 50-50 raffle, but they'll have some cooler gambling stuff at those games, I bet. So good for the A's. Your team sucks right now, and you're putting a crappy product, and you're not competing. But, you made it to the point where you can suck so bad that you can take your team and get a better offer in Vegas. So it is what it is. I'm kind of excited for myself, so I can just drive down there 4.5 hours and watch a series. So it'll be fun. It'll be nice. What else is on the docket? What do you want to talk about? Ooh, is that what we're talking about?
We have that on the agenda. So
let's just do it. Let's do it. We're getting deep in this episode. So tell me when you have it up. Do you have it up?
It's up.
It's up. So you guys can read that because you guys all went to elementary school. Creed 3 star Jonathan Majors, lawyers release security footage to refute domestic violence allegations. I don't know where this is going. If they have proof, awesome. But did you know that everyone and their mother is dropping Jonathan Majors?
Yes. As a precaution?
Is it precaution? I think if it's a precaution, then if I'm Jonathan Majors and I come back and I'm innocent, I'm not working with any of those people. I'm coming back, and he's a likable guy. If he's innocent,
renegotiate your contracts because Disney's a big one.
Well, I think though they're gonna redo Kang. I don't think he gets that, no matter what.
That's a shame.
Because they got to start filming that.
I mean, if he's like totally innocent, can he just sue them for prematurely dropping him?
No, it's right to works world, I guess. I don't know if you can. I'm sure there will be something like that.
There has to be something in their contract about like.
Well, it depends. If he has a contract, like an 8-movie contract, like those, Chris Hemsworth and Chris Pratt and Chris Captain America had, then like 8-movie deal, and now he doesn't have that because they said whatever. If they broke the contract and he's innocent, they should pay him. Mm-hmm. They should pay him for all those movies.
Oh, pay him out. Yeah.
Pay him out. Mm-hmm. Say, hey, sorry for dropping you. We did it as a precaution, but and I like him, man. I think he's a good actor.
I mean, if all of it's true, that's heartbreak for me. I do like him a lot.
I like him as Kang. Like, I didn't see Ant-Man yet, but watching the Loki series, which I'm a big fan of that series, man, he's a good actor. I haven't seen Creed yet. I heard that was good.
Oh, Creed was really good. I liked it a lot. Where I'd put it in order between 1, 2, 3.
I haven't even finished 2.
2 was okay.
Yeah, I that's why I didn't watch it. A lot of people are like, it's not that great.
Like, it was cool bringing back the boxer from Rocky 4. What's
Dolph
his name?
Lundgren, man. You're bringing back Drago.
Drago, yeah.
Drago is awesome. That
Drago
Rocky
was-
4 was the bomb, man. That was
I
awesome.
loved Rocky 4.
That
Rocky
soundtrack
4
was the bomb, too.
Soundtrack was awesome. I mean, speaking of Rocky movies, if you're just unmotivated, watch a Rocky movie. That will motivate you.
Watch Rocky 4, get the soundtrack. I used to listen to that soundtrack in my CD Walkman back in high school. When I used to go to Bally's, to go work out at Bally's by Fiesta Mall.
I mean, Rocky 3 was great, too.
Yeah, Rocky 3 was good. That was Clubber Lang, which was Mr. T. Rocky 5 sucked.
That is the worst
That's the
Rocky
worst,
out of all of them.
dude.
Unfortunately.
Tommy Guns, come on. That was like the Don King wannabe. That was the worst Rocky, man. It was like painful.
It was.
Like Rocky comes back from Russia and finds out he's bankrupt. Finds out Paulie gambled his fortune. Like, come on.
Like, what? Like,
If I'm Rocky, I'm not nice. Paulie, you're dead. Hey, Paulie, let's go fishing. Oh, Paulie fell in the water.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know Paulie didn't know how to swim.
Yep. The river took him.
Yeah, the river took him.
Yeah. So, yeah, Rocky 5, bad.
Yeah.
After Rocky 5, it was Rocky Balboa.
I liked it. I liked the comeback ones when he's an old man. I liked him. I liked the old, I liked it. I liked Rocky Balboa. I liked how they brought his son. Milo played his son, and then he was in this Creed 2, I think. I did like the Creed because they had Rocky in it. That's why I haven't seen the third one, I think, is because he's not in it. I heard there's mixed messages, right? Rocky said, hey, I'm done, I'm old, you carry on, take the torch, it's yours, kid. Supposedly that's what was said. And so Michael B. Jordan, nothing against him. I like him. He's a great actor. He's a tremendous actor. He wants to put his spin, his legacy on the Creed movies, right? He's like, hey, you got your Rocky movies. Let me keep Creed. That's my name. Let me build up Creed and that franchise. What's wrong with that, right? He got the go from Rocky saying, you take it. It's your show. I'm done. And then all of a sudden, Rocky said after Creed 3 was done, I'm kind of disappointed I wasn't in there. And I'm like, well, what story is it? Did you say that so they can be like, hey, man, you're part of this legacy. Come back for a cameo. Did you want to be welcome? Because if that's what you wanted, you should have said that in the first place. I don't want to take it. Just let me come in as a cameo. Let me come into your fight. Let me, I don't know.
I was expecting at least a cameo or a little bit more. Just like not a big role. It's just it's the whole reason why Creed, this is part of the whole Rocky, I don't know, universe, whatever you want to call it, the franchise.
Yeah.
So make mention. I mean, they did a little bit, but I don't know, it wasn't satisfying enough, I'd say.
Well, again, Michael B. Jordan is a tremendous actor, so I'm sure the truth's not out there, the whole truth, right? There's two sides of the story, and in between is the truth. So it is what it is. But God, I gotta watch Creed 3. I really do. I just don't have the time. What else we got on here? While you're looking, I'm gonna do a quick shout out to someone. Kid I went to school with. Marty Rushalow. Marty, are you listening? You should be. But Marty just got married yesterday. Or wait, what's the date? No, Friday, the 21st. Him and his girlfriend Gina got married. It looks like it was Gilbert where our sister got married. Remember that barn?
There was a barn in Gilbert?
Yeah, remember where Ellen got married?
I don't remember.
Were you here for that?
I don't think so. I think I was deployed or something.
Oh, okay, never mind. Well, it looks exactly like that. So, I mean, congratulations, Marty. That's awesome. And what are we looking at now?
I'm just scrolling for news, so go ahead and keep talking.
Scrolling for news. Okay, well, let's go on to. Let me throw a plug in there. I went to my buddy's 50th birthday. My buddy TJ Howard. He actually sells eggs. Do you see these? Mm-hmm. Get that right there. See? Boom. What does it say? Chickens are the unicorns of birds. He's on Instagram. That's what IG is. He sells fresh eggs. So if you're in Queen Creek, definitely hit him up. He's a great dude. Turned 50. He doesn't look 50. Man, he looks like he's barely 40. Like, this dude's like, he's really yoked and very disciplined on his diet. That's just the way, his life is. And he just did all this stuff to his house by himself. Like, did pavers with the fake grass. He tore out part of his wall to his porch and enclosed it. And someone, a lot of people would go on YouTube and YouTube it. How do you do this? How do you do that? He didn't. He just like, oh, it looks like this, so it must be this way. And he did everything by hand, which is tremendous. So he's one of those old school guys that like puts his mind to it. He gets it done, which is really cool. And it's cool to have someone like that as a friend. He invited me to his 50th birthday, and I was like, dude, I have to go. I have no excuse. Wife's in Zion's hiking. I just got to find sitters for my kids. So I send off both kids, one to grandma's and the other one to her best friend's house. So I had the night, went out there, met some cool people, and had a great time. Played some bags, did really well. Cornhole, I think it's called. So, do you like cornhole?
Yeah, I play it.
Dude, I love it. This guy brought some boards that were they weren't cheap. You can tell they were expensive, and they were nice, like almost like it was smooth. Like the bag slides a little bit on there. It was pretty cool. So I think I'm gonna end up getting a set because I had a lot of fun playing that last night.
Yeah, if the bag can slide, you can slide it into the hole. It makes it easier.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you just have to
correct
get that arc.
But it was fun.
Sink it in.
It was fun. It's definitely a good way. We met a lot of cool people. Was able to talk to people while you played, so it was good stuff. What's this you have up here?
This is the launch by SpaceX Starship. It blew up in the middle of the air. It's like one of their new rockets. So call it what you want, fail or success.
There's no fail, right? It's either you win or you learn.
Well, and it's a test launch too. So it lifted off the ground and went up. It failed to detach and have another booster go out. So that's where it spun out and blew up. But
I saw a lot of people clown it. Like, was clowning him on Twitter.
Okay, you do better.
Dude, it's Elon Musk, dude. He's not going to get everything on the first try. But, dude, he's a smart dude. Like, why do people hate on him?
The guy is
Do you hate him?
making the future.
Dude, he's doing great. He's warning you about AI. One of the smartest people in the world warning you about something, you should listen, right?
I would listen to him because the rate of how fast AI is
moving too quick.
is unprecedented.
It's moving too quick.
Way too quick.
Especially with deep fakes and stuff. We're not going to know what the truth is here pretty soon.
The deep fake stuff scares me.
Yeah, it's the AI deep fake stuff. You seen that?
Because the face stuff, pictures, like the ones we saw was Trump getting arrested, we're soon going to get phone calls.
I heard about that.
You
got to be very careful.
Yeah, this is a problem with social media because, of course, we're on it ourselves, but all the AI technology needs is just about a few seconds of your voice, and they can mimic it. And now you'll get phone calls with like your voice calling your mom, and they could say something like, "Hey, I need money" or something, and your parents can easily be duped by it because they think it's you. And you on all social media, it knows your characterism. It knows everything about you, what you scroll through, what your interests are. It knows that you like Nintendo because you follow Nintendo. The algorithms on social media knows exactly what you like because where you stop, it times how long you look at certain things, and when you make videos and what you like to talk about. So it's just going to be very scary in the future.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think you're going to have to start having code words with certain people, right? Like when you call, especially our parents, like when we call our parents, they need to say, what's the code word? And you say, okay, like a number or a phrase that's going to, for that week or for that day that they know, so they know it's you. Or say, hey, I'll call you back.
We're going to have a authentication, verification type of thing in the future.
Well, it's going to be crazy. The future's going to be crazy, and you're right. Like with deep fakes, like Putin could be dead, and he's just a fake, deep fake Putin out there, or even same thing for the Chinese guy, or the Korean guy, North Korean guy. I mean, he might be dead, and it's like all deep fake stuff.
So this is a big scare that I have with AI and a bunch of deep fake stuff. See videos of actors and actresses on pornographic things. How do you get that removed? I mean, sure, you can make the attempt, but there's already 1,000 copies of it now on different websites and stuff. Your kid's voice being used for all kinds of social media stuff or phone calls, representation.
Which is weird that's the way it's going, but we're very vulnerable because we allowed to be on social media and have pictures, and our kids at a young age, mainly like middle school, junior high, they all want phones and they all want accounts and they all put stuff on there. I mean, my daughter's in, elementary school, and like her friends have phones, and I'm like, why do you need phones? Like, you guys are gonna be sending texts and like messages about talking trash about your friends or something, and that stuff's out there, it's not, you can't take it back.
Yeah, I mean, I saw an interview that not Chris Tucker, who's the guy from Fox News, Tucker
Carlson, yeah.
Carlson, yeah, with Elon Musk, talking about, as of right now, humanity is the most intelligent species on this planet, but it can shift to AI easily, especially with how fast technology is moving and how fast AI can adapt.
That'd be scary, yeah.
AI can be the more dominant.
Well, they have the movie Terminator for a reason, right? Skynet, that's coming. It's coming.
That is one of many possibilities.
Which would be crazy, but it's a possibility. Would you agree?
I mean, it's just like Ultron, right? From Marvel.
Yeah, that can happen.
It took them, all 5 seconds of going into the internet and make a conclusion that humanity needs to be eradicated?
It probably does, because humans suck. We suck as humans, man. We just don't care. We treat each other like trash. Like,
we treat our planet like trash.
Yeah, we're scumbags. We really are. We're greedy. And if we weren't greedy and we were civilized, and this world would be such a better place. It'd be greener. It'd be nicer. Here's something that I heard, and it opened my eyes. Mars. How are they gonna get people to live on Mars?
Are you still considered human if you live on Mars?
Yeah. Why is it only? Yeah. Why wouldn't you be human?
You'd change. You'd adapt to that planet.
You're a different version of human.
Because to have the next generation of human, or whatever you want to call it, living on Mars, they are unfamiliar with blue skies, unfamiliar with consistent oxygen.
How do you get it to be like
oceans,
like Earth? How do you get Mars to be
terraform it?
Boom. That's where I was trying to lead you. So I'm leading the witness to terraforming. So I saw Neil deGrasse Tyson, yeah. So I was talking to him, not really, watching YouTube. And he was saying, if we can terraform Mars, if that's the vision of terraforming different planets so we can be intergalactic, why don't we just terraform Earth? And I was like, holy cow, you're right. If you have the sources to terraform other planets, you have the resources to help this planet. Yeah. Wouldn't you agree?
I agree.
Blew my mind. I was like, oh my God, he's so right.
Smart.
He's so right.
When you're on a plane, flying in city to city, you're on a plane, you look over the window, you see how beautiful the Earth is.
Yeah.
Green forests, rivers, mountains. And then when you get into the city, it looks like a cancer on the Earth. All gray cities, no other wildlife except humans and their dirty cars polluting the air. So is humanity a virus on this planet? And is the planet getting sick? Because when you get sick, you have a temperature.
Yeah.
You heat up.
Yep.
Climate change. Getting warmer outside, trying to get rid of us. And it's only going to cool down when it finally has humanity at a tolerable level.
Yeah.
I'm going deep though. I'd be totally wrong, by the way, but I'm just having fun with this.
No, I'm on the same boat. I don't know. Humans suck, but we'll see. I don't know if we'll ever get to Mars on our lifetime. And you're right. Would we be considered human? I think we'll know the answer generations down the road, but I'll be long and gone dead.
Well, Mark Kelly, the astronaut,
Yeah.
for living in space
His
for a
brother,
year,
right?
their DNA is different from his
Yeah.
twin brother.
Yeah. From being in space, it changed. Yeah, I saw that.
1 year.
Yeah, I saw that.
So that's remarkable. And he came back a little taller because the zero G, right?
Yeah.
The body's adapting. And the gravity on Mars, what is that? Like 2/3 of Earth or something like that?
Do you ever watch some of these YouTubes about astronauts in space, how they do a thing and they fake it? Like they'll be on YouTube. I went down a rabbit hole and just like, oh my God, that's fake. They a fake filming where they're like showing like how their hair is, but it's not really moving up. It's like all like it's almost like they used Aquanet and they had it out and it's just like
Static. It's not wavy.
it's not wavy.
Didn't the Chinese do something like that?
But they had one that I saw where this guy had a glass of water.
Yeah,
by
it was
accident.
the Chinese.
It's Chinese, yes, and they had a glass of water that was
I'll pull
just
it up.
sitting there.
Keep talking.
But there was really zero G's. That glass would be in the air unless it's magnetic, but the water would not stay in that cup, right? Mm-hmm. I don't know. There's a lot of them where I see that it just looks fake. It just looks fake. And that was just like last night again, going down the rabbit hole that the moon is a base, that it's hollow.
So I'm looking for it.
And I thought that was interesting. And and supposedly we're sending our first mission to the moon in a long time is coming up here pretty soon. So
I mean, going back to the moon, that would be interesting because we haven't been there since the 70s. Who's texting me?
why?
Sorry. It's expensive. We're not in a space race.
True. We're not. In
What's
space
the
race.
point?
There's no point right now.
Like, it's
the world's not
a lot
over.
of resources to get there.
Oh, yeah.
And what's the investment?
Correct.
We didn't bring back materials to improve our lives. So we're just burning through money just to go to the Earth and go
Yeah.
ooh, ah, and come back.
Well, you would think because of the climate change, people saying, "Oh, climate change, you gotta find something, find another planet or this and that," that they would be doing something, right? I'm not sure if I'm 100% on the climate change. Only reason why is, these climate change people say that, oh, the ice cap's gonna melt, it's gonna bring up the sea levels, this and that. The way I would counteract that is, then why are the banks lending you money to buy a $30 million home, right there on the beach? If these sea levels are going to rise and stuff. So I don't know. I don't know. It is hot. You live in Arizona. It feels like it's hotter, but it's because you just got through a nice little chill. It's nice and cozy for a while. And now it's getting hot. Like our 90s or even our 80s outside, being on the soccer field, I'm like, man, I'm tired. I want to come home. I want to take a nap. I'm done. Right?
This is the.
Pull it up.
That's one. I mean, you see the glass right here with the water.
Yep, the glass with the water. That's the one. You're like idiots. You busted.
Well, I'm not an expert, neither are you,
Yeah,
about
yeah.
zero G.
But I just like
does
that.
the water stay there? Okay, in zero G, if there's any motion, it's going to stay in motion until it's disrupted by something. So the water should be kind of moving. Like, how did they get the water to stop in zero G?
Yeah, because they drink water out of pouches, I thought.
Something like that.
I watched a thing that they drink water in like little pouches or tubes. That's an open container.
Looks like an open container.
That's an open container.
Is there... Okay, and then they tip it over. So, is it water?
Oh.
Or is it just like a glue or something? Who's to say that's water?
Yeah, you're right. Who's to say but it looks like water? Oh, there you go. Look, it's a water like pouch thing.
I'm going to click on this video.
But no, it wouldn't look like that in a glass jar.
Is it? What's
See,
going on?
that's like how their water is. What are they doing?
putting water into something that looks like a magnet?
No. No big deal.
Maybe it is zero G. I mean, it's just an experiment in zero gravity.
Doesn't mean they're in space.
No, but zero gravity. So they are clearly floating around. So I don't know. Maybe the internet made a false claim and we believed it.
Well, we can't believe everything on the internet, especially us, because we don't know what we're doing. So
I think we're just easily skeptical when we hear anything about China.
yeah, that's probably what it is. All right, what else we got?
I don't know. We were on a rabbit hole about something. Space.
Space.
Going back to the moon.
Terraforming and going back to the moon. Is it a hollow base? Are there aliens? This and that. I love talking about that. That's pretty interesting.
What's your favorite one?
Um,
Last rabbit hole that you were in.
Atlantis.
Ooh, tell me about the Atlantis one.
Civilization that there was, I was watching Joe Rogan and they were talking, tens of thousands of years ago, that there was a civilization, a high society, and, they died off somehow, right? So maybe it was the planet resetting and it left, all these, like you see these things like they have capabilities of computers and stuff like that. Atlantis is a good one, but I don't have too much, like, you'd have to go on your own rabbit hole and look at, like Joe Rogan's show and see what they talk about.
It's believed that Atlantis is underwater.
Right.
So did it sink?
It sunk, an earthquake or something, a plate, and it went down. But it's just like, can you type in hole in the Pacific Ocean?
Yeah. What about it, though?
There's a hole in the Pacific Ocean.
Well, what about a hole?
And it's like off of, it stretches from California to Oregon or Washington, Vancouver Islands. Nope, that's it right there. Mysterious hole spotted right there. Yep. It's on a tectonic plate. I screwed that one up. So it's bubbling. So there's air coming out of the ground floor of the Pacific Ocean. That's pretty crazy.
After scientists discovered a hole in a 600-mile-long fault line in the Pacific, they fear that the strange lake can trigger an earthquake in the region. So what is this hole? I'm trying to find more about this hole.
That I went through that rabbit hole recently, and it's pretty interesting. It's volcanic, so it's basically gases from a volcano is popping up. So there could be a big earthquake right there, and that earthquake right in the ocean like that causes tsunamis. Look at that. There's the hole right there. Now, can you patch it up? I don't know. Is it like anything else? You patch it up and it just builds up and then it explodes?
That's fascinating. Giant hole in the bottom of the ocean.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. That's one of the things I went and saw.
Leaking strange liquid.
Yep. Bottom of the ocean is leaking strange liquid.
May indicate a disaster.
We're done.
Interesting. Well, I'm really scared of super volcanoes because the biggest one is Yellowstone.
Yeah.
And that's ready to blow anytime soon.
Then why would you live anywhere close to there?
Well, it will take out most of North America.
Who says?
Scientists,
No.
the internet. Heard it on Joe Rogan because he's scared of it.
Is he
got
really?
me scared.
Oh, shoot. I might have to look into that one.
Let me look this
Super
up.
volcano Yellowstone. Then we're dead, right? If it goes off, we're dead?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, as long as we all die, I'm fine. I
Um,
don't want to die, but
I mean, it's not going to lead to the end of humanity.
it would screw us up.
It would definitely screw us up.
And there's no way to combat that.
No, once it blows, it blows.
Can you imagine all that hot lava in the air? Mm-hmm. Like Pompeii all over again.
It's hard to see with this one, but I'll bring it up. I mean, it's ash alone. All this get the Flagstaff. We're right here, but we're gonna still eat a lot of ash thickness when it gets there. So it's pretty big. It's ash, basically all of the U.S. It's gonna hit all that ash.
That'd be crazy.
We have to go to Mexico. But hopefully someone in the comments can mention more about.
Yeah, tell us more. We don't know
Yellowstone.
crap about it. We just barely figuring this out and just saw it. Like I said, I just saw this last night. I thought it was interesting. Are we gonna die? I don't know. We could get shot tomorrow by, I don't know, an old lady. Who knows? People are crazy. What else do we got? I'll go off of what I just finished, a show called Hunters. It is on Amazon Prime. It's about a bunch of Jew hunters hunting down Nazis. Al Pacino's in it. And I just finished season 2 today. Excellent. This is what I did while the wife was away. I binge watched a TV show. Season 1 I saw last year. Season 2 I just finished in like 4 days. Tremendous show. Tremendous. Really good. Man, I forgot, what's the kid's name? Logan Lerman, I think it is. That's in it. For season 1 he was all right, but season 2 he did really well. Season 1, the ending was amazing. Like, it left you like, what the hell? And then this one, season 2, was awesome. And don't want to give anything away, but it's a good show, man. If you like that kind of stuff, Holocaust survivors getting revenge, it's really good.
Interesting.
Yeah, check it out.
I've been wondering what Al Pacino was up to. I thought he retired.
He did, but dude, he did this show, and it's a good show. It's really, really good show.
So 2 seasons. Is it still going?
Yeah, season 2 just came out, and I just finished it, and it's pretty good. How I Met Your Mother, the guy that was the star on that, he's in this too.
Which one? Ted?
Ted is in the show.
I was wondering what that guy was up to.
He's in this show. He's he's an actor. He's an actor portraying an actor in the show, and he's pretty good too. So definitely check that out. Again, I just binge watched it over the weekend. Thought it was awesome. Al Pacino's great. He's just a great actor.
I have to give out a shout out to a local place,
Okay, go on.
not too far.
Famous Footwear? Just kidding.
Let me pull it up here. I went here and I really liked it. If anyone knows better, let me know. I'm just trying. All right. Well, enough with the suspense. Is this it? Yeah, it's this. Okay.
Pull it up. Let's see what it is.
So,
Philly's Famous. Go
on Ray and Alma School.
What corner? Where's it by? Northwest corner, right?
Southeast.
Southeast. That's a reptile store, isn't it?
No, just kidding. Northwest. Definitely northwest.
Yeah, okay, so what I just said. Northwest.
Yes. So, saw Philly's Famous. I was like, I'll try out their Philly cheesesteak. For what you can get in Arizona, pretty good. Pretty good. I was impressed with it. I haven't had a Philly cheesesteak
A good one.
in a while.
What's the price like?
I think a foot long is about $13.
Not
Just
bad.
a sandwich.
Not bad.
So it's pretty good. If you know of a good Philly cheesesteak in Arizona, please comment below.
Yeah,
But,
absolutely. I'll go. You know what? I'm gonna try it. I haven't had a Philly in a long time.
Yeah, because
Long time.
a good one was when I visited Philadelphia.
Yeah.
But to get a good one here with Cheese Whiz,
Yeah.
Philly's Famous in Chandler was pretty good.
All right. $13 not bad for a foot long. You can spread that out for 2 sandwiches. Because you don't need a foot long unless you want to just get stuffed. Hey, pop up. I'm gonna put Angie's Lobster Roll. You ate there yet in Tempe? They just opened up recently.
No, I keep hearing about it though.
So I checked it out. It is there. You go. There you go. It's on Baseline. It's weird how you order though. You go in, it's all automated, and same thing at the drive-through. It's already ordered. You're just going to pick up your order, so you're not really ordering. Everything you order online. So you go in there. There's no one. There's a window for pickup only, and there's like a poster when you walk in, and there's a QR code. You hit the QR code and you make your order that way. But go to menu so that people can see what they look like. Delicious.
For lobster?
Yeah. Dude, their lobster roll was delicious. And I want to say, yeah, there is $10. I bought it a la carte, and it was like $8.50, I think.
I'm looking for this lobster roll. Okay, I see it. A la carte lobster
$8.50.
roll?
Yeah.
That's a sandwich, huh?
Yeah. That is.
Add bacon? Oh, goodness. I might try this.
Yeah. It's really good. It's really good. Because there's nothing like that out here, you know? Mm-hmm. So I checked it out a while back, and since you did a food review, and it's not your show, it's mine, but I'm just kidding. It's really good for bang for your buck.
Because I worry about seafood in Arizona. So, but lobster, you can have them alive here, then you kill them.
You kill them here. It's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. Even if it's frozen and brought over, they do it right. You know, they're not going to want you to get sick. It's the only. I think they started off as a food truck, and then now they have their own place. It's good though, and they have a fried version too. So I think you can get it warm, you can get it cold, which is weird. I don't know why you'd want it cold.
I mean, you do with sushi.
Yeah, but this is lobster. I'd rather have warm lobster. And sushi, it's warm lobster most of the time.
Are you sure?
Sometimes.
I don't know anymore.
If you go to a good sushi joint, sit-down sushi joint, a lot of my rolls, it's cooked and they put it in there.
All right. I need a good sushi place in Arizona because after living in Hawaii, I've been very picky here, and I've had some terrible sushi here in Arizona. And I feel like the more expensive joints would be the places you have to go to.
They're based off of freshness. Mm-hmm. My buddy used to be a sushi chef. He told me the more expensive sushi places because those are fresh fish. Mm-hmm. You go to your conveyor belt places, that's like 3-day old fish. Mm-hmm. Instead of 1-day fish, and then you have price for 2-day old fish. The conveyor belt one is like the last resort fish. That's why it's cheaper. That's why they are able to have the prices low. But my go-to sushi place is in Tempe or in Ahwatukee off of Elliott is Sakana's.
Sakana's?
Oh, dude, that place is bomb. That's a place you want to check out. I've always gone there. Bigger cuts of sushi. And I'm big on like the 2-piece sushi that they have there, and sashimi mostly. Sometimes like a sushi roll. They have good sushi rolls there, but they have the best. I think it's the best sushi you can get. Look,
that's the kind of sushi. Good?
Yep, there you go in Ahwatukee.
All right, just to give them the shout out, pull up what I'm
they had one in Scottsdale before. I don't know if they still do, but this place is legit. They had a lunch special. It used to be $10. I don't know what it is now, and it is a good size. For lunch menu, I mean, it filled you up. Look at that. There you go. Nigiri. 2-piece. That's the bomb. And what's good on that? Mackerel's my favorite. That's for sure. Eel is like a dessert sushi, but they have a smoked salmon. That's really good too.
Ooh, a good smoked salmon.
Oh, yeah. Mackerel and smoked salmon are my 2 favorite nigiris.
Hopefully someone in the comment section mentions their favorite sushi spot, because we might have people in Glendale and stuff. They're not going to drive to Ahwatukee.
No, but they have a Sakana's in Glendale, I think. I'm pretty sure they do. If not, tell us in Glendale. It's not like we're there all the time, but if we're down there, we'll check it out.
Or Central Phoenix, why not?
Central Phoenix is blowing up. They have a lot of cool places out there, a lot of cool restaurants. Anywhere from Biltmore area to downtown to. What's that on Central? There's all these new bars and restaurants right there off of Central now.
Yeah, because when I was going there for college, when I went to ASU, they had a downtown campus. There wasn't that much, unless you really looked for it, unless you're from that area.
There's a lot more now than downtown, though. Mm-hmm. It's blown up. They have a Fry's now. It's pretty crazy.
Well, what's a big deal about having a Fry's in downtown?
A grocery store in downtown, it's kind of like different.
Was it a food desert? in downtown at one point in time?
I don't know. What do you mean food desert?
Food desert is in like low income communities. They don't have these big grocery stores because they don't make a lot of money.
Oh, it's probably like a smaller grocery store, but this is like a full blown regular, like a small version of Fry's. But it's like, it's just different. You gotta check it out. It's just like it's downtown living. It's not like you can just go to this Fry's here and park in front of Fry's. You have to go to the parking structure and then go into the Fry's and then go back into the parking structure and come out. So it's not like you're parking at, going grocery shopping at the Fry's that we have here, but it's pretty cool. It's different,
I mean, one thing with big city living that I try to avoid is that the city's gotten too big when they're charging you for parking. That's when I try to get away from
they
it.
do that all the time. But also, downtown Phoenix, like, there's always construction. There's always construction. I hate that. So I try to avoid downtown as much as I can.
Yeah, but I mean, they gotta do the maintenance. They gotta renovate. I get it.
Yeah, the city has to justify their jobs and stuff and do all that. But
Because when we were growing up, like young and dumb, we didn't say let's go to downtown and party. It was always like Tempe or Scottsdale.
It was always Scottsdale and Tempe. That was it. Mill Avenue or, a little bit off of Scottsdale, like the Dos Gringos and Acme and all those places that they had off of, Rural and University and Devil's Advocate, and Maloney's. But is that Mill and Scottsdale? Scottsdale still to this day is pretty big. I went to Scottsdale a while back with some friends for a birthday, and it was different than what I remember. It's so changed. It is so different.
Good, bad.
No, I just felt out of place. I haven't been out in a long time in Scottsdale, and it's just all these new bars.
Sure. I mean, there was always a new bar
turnover.
every year.
Yeah, it's just turnover. It's not like, I used to go out every weekend and, I knew where every bar was, what they had, and the service. Now it's like, I've never heard of this place. What do they have? What's on the menu? And it's just weird. Now I'm like, 9 o'clock comes and I'm tired. I'm like, okay, it's time to go to bed. Nightlife doesn't start till like 10:30, 11 in Scottsdale. That's when it pops. 11 o'clock is like when it's at its peak, I feel.
Yeah, it is. We're older, so
Yeah.
we don't have that energy anymore.
No, because you wake up early to go to work or go to the gym and get your day and all that stuff done. And it's just, we don't have that in us to stay out till 2 a.m. and then go to get pizza at Joe's and, just wasted all our gains and diet for the week just to.
But there's people who still do at this age.
Yeah. I can't imagine.
40s, 50s. Some people still do.
And drinking like a sailor still. I'm like, wow, dude, I can't.
Hangovers last more than a day for me now.
Hangovers are so painful now. It's like, I'd rather be dead.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Like, I'd rather be dead. Last hangover I had was last year. It's the first time my kids were like, what's wrong, Daddy? I'm like, oh, man, I'm wasted. And Daddy's sick. And, dude, my wife was pissed. It was her birthday, too.
Oh, no.
I got smashed. And
the day before?
No, it's the day of her birthday. It was her birthday party last year. And, we had a lot of friends show up. I got smashed, and she wasn't, let's just say she wasn't too happy the next day because I couldn't get out of bed. I was throwing up. And you're the next day, it was a Sunday, you're worthless. You're worthless. You can't do anything at this age.
You are absolutely worthless when you have a hangover.
And then you're sick and you're throwing up, and it just sucks.
Yeah, you're right. You just want to die.
Yeah, it's like, okay, just kill me.
No, but legit, it's like you're so sick, you're like,
I think she wanted to kill me
die.
too. She was so mad that I couldn't do anything the next day and do stuff with the kids and stuff, and I get it. So I've not drank like that again. And I don't need to, man. That was a one-off, and I just need that hangover to kick me in the butt, and we're done.
Yeah, I wonder if when you're ready to die, when you're old in your 90s, you have that same feeling where you're just like, I'd rather be dead.
I think at the end, you're like, you ever get so tired that you wish you were like, not dead, but you like, when you hit the bed, you're like done. You're like,
yeah. And you're not scared to fall asleep.
No, I wonder if
but
that's how
we're scared
death
to die.
I wonder if death is like that, then I'm cool with it, as long as like I've lived my life and I made sure my kids are in a good position, and hopefully see grandkids and go from there. So death's another story, man. That's like everyone's worried. Everyone's worried if you're gonna die. You gotta get healthy, because once you hit 40, man, things start to break. Your body slows down. Your workouts, you're not seeing gains as you did when you were younger. You gotta watch what you eat. You gotta take care of the body, man. You gotta take care of your mind too, your sanity, your health. That's more important at this age than anything else.
Eating healthy in your 30s plus, all it takes is one cheat meal to ruin a week's worth of effort.
100%. 100%. I think I did that with some friends in town. Not friends. My wife had her aunt in town, and we went to Cold Beers and Cheeseburgers last week. I think it was Monday, and we split a burger, but I had onion rings, and then of course my kids didn't finish their food, so I was like, well, I'm paying for this, so I'm gonna finish their food. Dude, I get like, if I have too much, I think it's either carbs or potatoes, mostly potatoes, I get this like weird like flash on my face, on my skin, that like, hey dude, you ate too much. And then I feel it in my stomach. I felt so disgusting when I got home. It's like, damn it, dude, I just ruined my diet all week. All week I ate healthy, ate good, came here, hang out with family, and it just, I'll have a hamburger and onion rings and sweet potato tots, and it just ruins your day, ruins your work. Honestly, I don't know how you feel, but my next workout that next day, I feel like shit. Shoot, crap, sorry. I just don't feel well.
Yeah.
Almost like I'm not motivated to work out on that workout. Because I feel like, sluggish. My shirt feels snug. But once I get in there, put my music on, listen to some Pantera, Korn, or whatever, and start going, then I'm good.
Real quick, let's talk about diets. For me, especially at this age, if I want to drop weight, it's usually basically a carnivore diet with fruit is the best way.
Well, what kind of fruit?
Pineapple, for sure.
Pineapple's great. I have berries.
Some kiwi berries, yes. Raspberries, blueberries.
Raspberries and blueberries are my go-to. Sometimes strawberries, but pineapple is a go-to. I add tahini on there. But raspberries and blueberry mix all day, and I'll have some yogurt with it.
Yeah, and I added kiwi for the vitamin C and potassium content.
Isn't kiwi expensive, though?
Get it at Costco.
Costco? Okay. I'll look into kiwi. I stay away from bananas. I have it sometimes. I stay away from... You know what? I like apples. Let's go. I try to do an apple a day.
How's that?
I think it works. I think it's good. It fills me up. It has a lot of fiber. Does it have a lot of fiber? I don't know. I just feel like it does.
But the thing is, like, avoiding carbs. Yes, I do lose weight faster when I avoid carbs, especially bread and pasta.
Breads and pasta are out. Tortillas out.
But when I have some carbs, I feel better in my workouts than I do when I don't have carbs.
When I have carbs, I feel better, period. Just stay away from sugars. Because I like oatmeal.
Yeah.
I'm big on oatmeal. I think it works. I usually have raspberries and blueberries in my oatmeal. But it's sugars. You stay away from sugars, you feel good. But then you get that one piece of chocolate, and then you want a second one, and it's hard because the kids always have that crap laying around. And it is what it is. So just watch the sugar intake, and you'll be fine. Sodas, stay away from sodas. Sodas are so bad for you.
Even diet. I agree with that.
Even diet, I'll have a Coke Zero every once in a while, but like on the weekend. That's it. For taste. Like if I have a cheat meal, I kind of want to have a Coke Zero. It's my cheat meal. Like let's go all out and make it taste good. So
of all the diets for someone who's trying to lose weight, of course, not one shoe fits all, but if someone were to ask for your advice, what's the best diet?
Well, everyone's going to have a different... You know what? How about this? What is your go-to when you're on a diet? are you a chicken broccoli guy with rice? Are you a carnivore? You have like certain kind of steak and like a potato or something? Like what helps you, not just for diet, let's be more like, hey, what helps you since it's springtime or coming up to summer? What do you eat to help you cut?
Yeah.
To drop a little bit of weight right now and help you cut during this season.
In addition, getting rid of the sugar part, it takes me about 3 to 4 weeks until I realize I no longer crave sugar. Because when I have sugar, it's like a rush, like I need more.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
In addition, I know I need sugar because after a meal, I want to top it off with something sweet, like a dessert.
100%. 100%. Well, I think that's all we have for this week. Unless you got something emergency that you have to put out there.
No, it is getting to that time.
Yeah, it's getting that time. Let's get this. We're gonna get this edited. Get some shorts out, some clips out. Please subscribe. Go on this journey with us. For us, it's just fun, but for you, hopefully, it's a way to stay in touch and hear our voices and what our thoughts are. And please chime in, man. We love to hear, if we screwed up or if you don't believe what we said or have an argument to it. Tell us. We're not right. It's just what we think right now, what we have sources to, and it's what we have in our minds. I would love just to have a conversation. If you correct us, awesome. We'll put it out there the following week. That's all I have.
Right. Thank you very much, everyone.
Awesome. Subscribe, like, hit the button, all that good stuff. Boom, boom.